So in this video, I thought to myself, what kind of what would be a simple, easy way to create like something where like a type of backpack that's not too heavy, but it's quite lightweight. But um, but if you were in a situation of maybe you're way out on a long journey, maybe by bus or whatever, and something just goes wrong, just something out of the blue goes wrong, and you realize that I need to get out of here. So it's almost like a type of bug out bag. It's almost like that, but it's like it's been made to be a bit smaller. So it's like I was trying to think to myself, well, what would be, that would help you to survive out in the wild, with just keeping because obviously you don't want to be hauling a big huge backpack with like a tent and axes and saws and you don't want to be carrying that with you everywhere you go now, would you? But I was kind of thinking to myself, what would be a simpler, easier way to take things, but still be quite effective, um, or something that would help you to survive even better, if you know what I mean, um, than everybody else would be if they didn't have anything like this, So and it could be a long journey somewhere, something goes wrong, because obviously if you're going to be going somewhere, you'd prepare for what kind of terrain that you'd be going into, so you can prepare for that if you because you know where you're going, kind of thing. So I came up with some ideas. I was learning from some kind of woodsman that if you are in a situation of way out in the woods, the first thing you need to develop or create first would be getting your fire going first, then create your shelter. Alright, so get your fire going first, especially before it gets dark. But it doesn't matter if it was in a situation where it's dark anyway, because we've got a headlamp as part of it. Right? Great thing about this is that I was practicing with it, and yeah, it's really good. Once you've got that headlamp on, and you can see where things that you need to gather with your hands. I thought this is an easier other than trying to hold a torch and then trying to gather things. A headlamp is definitely what you would need. Very small, easy to carry around with you. Next thing is a first aid kit, especially a first aid kit. I keep my lighter in the first aid kit, and put it into a type of bag within the first aid kit. And I always have tweezers in case of splinters or whatever. Sometimes multi-tools will have tweezers in them anyway, but this other one I don't actually have that. So that's what that's what I keep. And I keep fire lighters, 3 fire lighters. Now these types burn for about 15 minutes. So I just carry 3 of them, very light, not heavy duty stuff, And what I do in case of wet weather, because you need to think about wet weather. When you're ever making a fire, think of wet weather, and this will prepare you for that type of weather, And then, of course, a few black bags, in case stuff them with leaves. Put leaves or moss in them for to keep your body off the ground. Okay, because you need to think about heat and shelter. You see. Of course, get a tarp, a normal tarp. I don't know if this is maybe 6 feet, over 6 feet or something. A normal tarp, just a normal ball of string. because remember, you're not holding back a bunch of logs, so you're not gonna need, it's just to hold up your tarp. That's all it's for, you know. So when you think about it logically, you don't need to crazy ropes, when I think about it. But normal string like this, I mean, it's pretty strong anyway, but this is light, you know. So that's what I do. Then of course, have a roll of this. This can be used to repair gear, right? And it can be used as a type of fire lighter as well. Roll it up, and then I don't know, from Corporal's corner, he did it from there to there, and then you just roll it up, and then you can set the end of a light. Do about 3 of them, they can act as a fire lighter in case for some reason you didn't have any fire lighters anymore. But common sense, take at least 3 fire lighters with you everywhere you go. Bivy bag. So once you've obviously put your tarp up, you can use your bivy bag. Again, lightweight. There's a whistle on it as well. Get one of these with the whistles. All right. I should have known that, but but the hole is there, and then you can just blow it here, in case you need it, so you can get found. And the next thing is this for stainless steel for once you've made your fire. Put the water in it, collect water. You can use the black bags to collect water as well, that I learned from Corporal's Corner. Yeah. Of course, when we go outdoors, I'll show you what I mean. Like if you were in a situation, if you have cloth, you've taken water from a river, you can use the cloth to strain the water. So maybe you've used a black bag to collect some of the water, and then use a type of cloth of some kind to get rid of the dirt, and then you do a boil the water. I can't remember how long you boil it for, but boil it as much as you can anyway, because you're gonna, because you'll be needing water, you see. So again, just something quite simple. A multi-tool, saw, a normal knife here. Instead of, and a good thing about a type of hammer, in case you need to hammer something in, maybe a stake into the ground, maybe for something. Some pliers, or and of course you use a knife as a type of axe to baton wood if you need to do that. So you don't have to carry an axe with you. So very simple. Multi-tool, screwdriver. Not that you would really need it, but you never know if you were to need it. It's quite handy though to have a multi-tool. And another thing I'd suggest to get a fire going very, very quickly is that once you've laid your fire lighter on the ground, in case always think of wet weather. Okay, don't just assume that everywhere you're gonna go it's gonna be dry, because you just never know what the situation is gonna be. So I just keep a small bundle of twigs, right? Very, very fine twigs that are already dry, obviously. This is to help give you a fire to boost off very quickly. So just a small pile, and of course you'll have all your other sticks that are wet. Just assume that it's wet all the time everywhere you go. Right? That way, if you get lucky, you may not even need to use any of this. So you have that, and then you have your pencil-sized twigs already laid out for you. So you're talking about this type of size to this type of size, just to hold an ember. your fire, just to give you a boost, a quick fire boost on the spot, so you're not panicking of trying to get a fire going. And especially when you've got these fire lighters that burn for 15 minutes, even if you didn't have these, even if you didn't have any of this, you can still throw on your wet twigs on first, and then you can work on the other sticks, you know. But I'll show all of this later. Anyway, bye for now.